Welcome to PR Learning Lab. My name is Simran Naudiyal, and today in this video we are going to continue learning about the tools available in the Adobe Illustrator. Before I start, I kindly request you to please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications. In the previous tutorial, you have learned about the tools available. If you haven't watched the previous tutorial yet, you will find the link in the description below. So, let's start. Now, the next tool you are going to learn is the Mesh tool. Its shortcut is U. Mesh tool is used to create objects that have shading, so they look like of rounded, and to create cool looking backgrounds and also shadows for objects. Alright, so let's get started. I have taken a vector image here. And now I am going to lock this image by pressing Ctrl 2 so that this image will not disturb. It is not going to move as it is locked. You can also lock the image by going to the object menu here. First select the image, then go to the object menu and here lock. And when we want, we can also unlock the image from here. And the shortcut to unlock any image is Alt Ctrl 2. Now I am hitting P to get my pen tool active. Now I am going to just make the selection of this. Just click, hold and drag. Like this. I am not really trying to be perfect here as this is just for a tutorial. So, like this. So now let's come to the Mesh tool. When you use Mesh tool, you can't choose no fill. You have to have a fill with this tool. So I'm just going to use white for now, but later I will choose a kind of purple tone. Now just select your selection and now we will get on our Mesh tool. And now I'm going to add the mesh points. We can do that by just clicking on some of the edges here. Like this. And I like to have them pretty evenly spaced. It doesn't really matter that much. And then you can click on here to get the horizontal ones. Maybe a few more down here at the bottom, because I know there is going to be a lot of shading going on down here. There we go. Now I will choose a kind of purple tone. So I will go to this eyedropper tool. Its shortcut is I. This tool helps to pick any color from the images, objects that are really present or created within the program. Eyedropper tool helps to fill the images with the same referred color picked with the help of eyedropper tool. So now I will select the eyedropper tool and I will choose this mid-tone right here. Alright. Now there are two different ways to change the shading on the mesh. First, you can use the direct selection tool. You can select each of these points one by one holding Shift key using direct selection tool. Like this. Everywhere where the lines intersect, you will see white dots unless you are hovering over it. Alright, so I have got the entire bottom selected. And again, I am going to the eyedropper tool or just hit I on the keyboard to activate the eyedropper tool. And I will pick the very dark selection right here. Like this. You can see the bottom part is much darker. Now, I want to also color some of these other areas. And we could do this by using the direct selection tool by coming in and selecting everything like we did before. But I think it is a lot faster to use the lasso tool, as we have learned in the beginning tutorials that lasso tool is used to select any points or any area. So I will select the lasso tool and I'm just going to lasso around some of these sections up here. Like this. And now I have selected all of those. And I am going to hit I for the eyedropper tool. And select this color up here. And now you can see it's turned that a much darker color. Now, if you see a lot of extra colors that you are not going to be able to get, you can go ahead and select the mesh tool and add anchor line in there, and then you can color those separately. So now I am going to go back to the lasso tool and I am going to select all of these in here. I am going to make those the lighter color. Like this. So like this only you can give shadings to your objects that you have created. Like this. Like this. Like this. So like the previous steps, you can make this upper green stem or you can make any shading object or background you want to make. So this is how you can play with this tool. Now the next tool you are going to learn is the gradient tool. Especially how to apply it to shapes, how to change colors, and also we will go over all the settings that are involved with this tool. Its shortcut is G. So let's get started. Now I am going to create few shapes here. You can use gradient tool with any shape. So anything underneath here or just other shapes that you have drawn with the pen tool. So I am going to draw a rectangle and a circle also. Okay, so I have selected this rectangle and now I am going to come over here to the gradient and click that once. And then just click on this rectangle. And that will give us our normal white and black default gradient. And we also have this bar across here. And this bar lets us to do a lot of adjustments to the gradient. So we can click on this white circle and pull it in to change the white part. And we can also click on the black circle over here and pull it in and change that. Like this. We can also move where the halfway point is by just moving this diamond across. We also have this black square over on this side. If we hover nearby it, we will get a rotate icon. And if we see that, we can just click and rotate that angle like this. So now black is coming from up here and going down here. And if we are in a different place nearby, we will get a scale icon. And pulling that out will make the gradient bigger. So the black part is all the way out here right now. And we can't see it on the shape. To change the colors, we can click here and just click on the white dot and then go to our swatches panel and choose here the color. For example, red. We can also double click on the white dot. We have a few different options here. We can change our CMYK sliders. We can choose a swatch here, or we can use the eyedropper and sample something else on our screen like this. Alright, now we will change the other one. So I'm going to double click on the black dot here. And now we will change the color here. Like this. And we can use our slider here to get a more harsh gradient. Now let's come to this gradient panel. Here you have the options that the gradient tool has, and you have some other options also. Here we have the types of gradients. We have got the linear gradient, which is one side to the other side. Next, we have the radial gradient. It goes from in to out. Like this. And we also have the freeform gradient. You can set these points accordingly. Like this. Okay, so let's go back to the linear gradient. And here are some other options. We can change the angle. I'm going to put it at 45. And you can see it also changed our slider here, like this. So these are all the same controls that you have here. We can also add more colors to our gradient. So I'm going to get right underneath this bar and add another color, like this. Just double click on the anchor that you have created and I will make this yellow. So like this only you can add more colors to your gradient. Like this. Okay, so now I am going to add another gradient to this circle. I will make it radial gradient, like this. And now I am going to change the colors. Like this. So this is how you can play with the gradient tool. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel.